Oh yeah. So hi guys, welcome once again, and I'm joined as always by the fabulous Mrs. Higgy.
Hi guys!
And today I want to talk about how you sabotage yourself on the guitar. So what I'm talking about is the idea that things are going well. Let's say you've been working, I don't know, maybe you've been working on your picking or something. You get some nice speed gains, stamina gains, what have you, whatever it happens to be. And then you sort of go away from it, and then the rot starts setting in. You start thinking, you start overanalyzing, you start obsessing about it, and then you start picking away. It's like picking away at a wound or something. You just can't leave it alone. And you sort of put it under the microscope. And then you start noticing problems. Basically, you're fault finding. You find something wrong, and then lo and behold, you erode your confidence because you've found something wrong. You've actually discovered that, oh shit, actually, not only was that a fluke, but I'm worse than I thought I was, and I'm going to have to go right back to the beginning. I have to go back loads and loads and loads of steps in my journey, and I suck. You know, so basically it's piled on, going from things are going well to now I don't even know why the hell I'm bothering doing this. I suck. I'm way worse than I think I am. You know, and what's happened there is a classic case of self-sabotage. And you might be thinking, well, why would I do that? Well, you wouldn't. Not the conscious, awake, logical you.
And he doesn't mean woke now.
Yeah, not woke.
Yeah, no, we're not talking woke here. We're talking
Hell
awake.
no.
Is it not asleep?
Literally like awake and conscious and logical and thinking. Yeah, that you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't self-sabotage because of course you want to make gains, and of course you want to make progress, and of course you want things to go well, right? But that's not the version of you that is self-sabotaging. The version of you which is self-sabotaging is you guessed it, the subconscious. So it's a subconscious pattern, and it's caused by conditioning. So let's say, for example, you grew up with a really hypercritical parent, or parents, plural, or you were just surrounded by really negative people. So you have this pattern then that's been established of fault finding in yourself.
And also, I think, you know, when you're in your late teens, even if you join, say, the army or some kind of institution where, you know, like shaming and that whole negative to make you work harder, you know, that whole...
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's stuff that can be, that you encounter that is designed to sort of make you work harder and strive for better things and not just to put up with lackluster performance. Even that can be like, you can take that on board too much and that can,
yeah,
you know, become a toxic,
exactly,
self-punishing thing. Oh, I suck, I'm never good enough, you know, and you really do punish yourself. You know, essentially, you're not used to things going well, right? You're not comfortable with things going well. You're not comfortable with success. You're not comfortable with getting things right. And you might think that's crazy, but it's true because, let's face it, when things are going well, there's a part of you that's thinking, what's the catch?
yes,
You know, surely this is too good to be true. You know, when's it going to go wrong? You know, so that's kind of like the suspicions that are already in you. And then you start acting it out. So the subconscious sort of programming comes in at that point, and then it starts fault finding. And lo and behold, guess what? It will find something wrong. And yeah, lo and behold, yeah, you suck. You found proof that you're not as good as you thought you were, all right? Which is not true, by the way. This is part of the pattern.
Yeah, and I'd say that you are looking for a needle in a haystack as well. It's not that there actually is something wrong, but you're looking at it so hard and for so long to try and find, oh, well, I can't have done that, that you actually almost create a problem that there isn't even there.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, when you get it right, it can feel like it's luck. And you're like, oh, well, I want to be able to do it again. I want to be able to replicate that again. And so you look, and it's like you test yourself. It's like you're testing it to see, oh, well, can I do it again? Is it going to fall apart? So you like test it to destruction almost.
Yes.
You put yourself under pressure, and then lo and behold, yeah, it does fall apart because you've pushed it to a ridiculous tempo or something like that. And then of course, you're struggling, and then it's like, oh, see, I knew it wouldn't work, or whatever.
Yeah, and also there's that expectation when you next go back to it. Oh, I did really well last time. Can I do it again?
Yeah.
And then, of course, you're all tight rather than, feeling in the zone and all the rest of it. So so there's where the force comes, and there's where the compounding belief, oh, see, I know I was shit.
But I just want to go back again and say about the not being comfortable with it going right.
Yeah.
Because on the surface, that might seem crazy. Like, why would I not want it to go right? Well, you do want it to go right. You really absolutely do want it to go right. You want the success, right? Consciously, the logical part of you does want that. But the subconscious part of you isn't working on that. It's working on a set of circumstances. So when a particular set of circumstances is met in your life, and that might be attempting something and then getting it right, that might be the circumstances, right? That it's mirroring, which happened way earlier in your life. That might be the circumstance. So when that circumstance is met, i.e. trying something, getting it right, the subconscious takes over and says, right, in this situation before in the past, when this happened, we did this, and then that happened as a result of it. So it's recreating what went before.
Yes.
Right? So the pattern might be back in time, in your childhood or early life or whenever, you were trying something, and then, I don't know, something negative happened. Someone criticized you, or somebody picked it apart, or something bad happened as a result.
Yes.
And now you are not comfortable with success and with something going well, because there's that subconscious part which remembers that the last time that you got something right, something negative immediately followed.
Yeah.
So you're seeking the comfort of getting it wrong. You're seeking the comfort of failure and struggle because you're used to struggling. You're used to it being a fight. You expect it to be a fight. You expect it to be a struggle because it's familiar.
That's right. I was going to say that. Familiarity.
It's familiar.
Yeah.
And the success is not familiar, right? Even though it's desired, the thing which is not familiar is the thing which your subconscious is not used to dealing with, because it doesn't have a framework to deal with that.
Yeah.
Like you don't have a set pattern of, right, this is how I cope with things going well and how I cope with getting really good results and being happy and secure knowing the fact that I've done something really well and it's working, right?
Yeah.
You don't really have like a set framework for how to deal with that, because your pattern has always been screwing it up, I suck, I can't do it. And you're seeking that familiarity, believe it or not. Again,
Yes.
not the conscious you, but the subconscious you
Yes.
is seeking the familiar patterns all the time. And that's why you keep going to the stuff which is like self-sabotaging or destructive. It's not that you want to do that. It's that the subconscious part is seeking the familiar.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what's going on a lot of the time.
And it does sound really crazy.
It does, but when you realise that we're a system, like a computer is, we run on
Exactly.
systems. And when a specific set of circumstances arises in your life, you have a system that runs when that happens. So like, this happened last time when I went outside and it was raining and I heard that song. So when it happens again, the subconscious starts running this program.
Yeah, and it's also it's one of our internal, things that is meant to help us with survival. It's a survival technique, So what we're meant to do is our past experiences are to help us have better future experiences. But
so we avoid danger,
Exactly.
avoid threats, avoid things which make us feel bad.
yeah,
And unsafe, essentially.
Yes.
So like success and getting things right and doing well, getting good results, if you're not used to feeling that, it feels unsafe from your subconscious mind's point of view.
yeah,
Like the amygdala, fight or flight, the old brain, the lizard brain, whatever you want to call it, that's like, okay, this is new, I don't like it, I want to go back to what I know.
and safety.
Yeah, which is why so many people don't push out of the comfort zone and they want to stay small.
Yes,
Because of course on paper, of course everyone wants better things and bigger things, but the reality of that is you're fighting a subconscious which wants to stay small.
yes, exactly.
And so we self-sabotage. So the next time you find yourself getting something good on the guitar, so whatever technique it is, speed gains, stamina gains, you're getting something good, right? Just be aware, start looking out for that part of you that starts trying to second guess it or trying to test it to destruction and see if is it really working? Did I really get it right, or was it a fluke? You know, because it's a pattern, and when you're aware of that pattern, you can start to diminish it over time. And it might not ever go away 100%, but the fact that you know it's there means that you can choose not to engage in the pattern. And it might be a little bit uncomfortable to start with, and you're going to have to resist that urge to just keep picking up your guitar and poking and prodding and obsessing about it. Just, you've got to accept the gains. You've got to accept when it goes right, because it will go right. You will get things right, and you need to remember that you're just not comfortable with that. You're not used to it.
Yes.
You know, if you're used to struggle, you expect struggle. So when you make a breakthrough, you don't really know how to handle it.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to second guess things and just screw it up. Yeah. You know, don't. You know, it's a pattern. That's all it is.
And I will say, knowledge is power. Knowing this stuff gives you the power in order to change it.
It does. Otherwise, you know, when we always say things like, you know, awareness is the key, and it is, because otherwise you're just fighting an invisible enemy.
Yes.
You know, you can't defeat an enemy if you don't know what it is you're fighting. So even though this might seem like a negative thing, self-sabotage, look, it's not. The positive thing we can take away from this is recognizing it is literally just a pattern. And it's the subconscious part of you that is seeking to make the familiar occur. So it's not that you're stupid or you're a loser or you're a failure, because the real you does want to succeed at these things. The real conscious you that is watching this video right now does want to succeed at these things. It's just that old subconscious pattern which just keeps looking for reasons to fail, because that's what it expects. It doesn't know how to deal with success and getting things right, and that's really it. So yeah, that's the good news, guys. It is a pattern. You can choose not to engage in it, and like, it may feel a bit weird and uncomfortable, and you're going to be tempted to go back to your old ways of analyzing and obsessing. But just know that the more and more and more you choose a different route, that old negative pattern will start to be replaced by your awareness, and you'll just get better at dealing with this. You'll become stronger, and you'll become more accepting of your successes. You know, when things go right, you'll be more comfortable with accepting it at face value instead of undermining it. So I believe Mrs. Higgy has a question for you all.
I do, guys. I wanted to know what your end goal was with your guitar playing. So is it a particular song, piece of music, a particular technique, or to write your own music? Just where would you, if you could fast forward to wherever that place is, I'd love to know where that is.
Yeah, because there's so many reasons why people play guitar, and not all reasons are the same. So that'd be really interesting to hear that.
Yeah.
And yeah, and don't forget, guys, if you like the video, please do, you know, share it around. And if you're not subscribed, why not subscribe? You know, this is good guitar-related stuff. A lot of it's mental, some of it's physical. It's all.
And I also wanted to say thank you to Francisco again for the super thanks. If anyone wants to do a super thanks, that'll be super thankful.
Yeah. There's a little button underneath the video you can leave super thanks. So you can leave that $5 million tip.
Yeah, we wish. And Francisco has now got 2 trees named after him. I think it's 2.
It's going to be a forest.
It's going to be a forest after Francisco, but we do love Francisco. Thank you, darling.
Thanks,
so if you'd like a tree named after you, leave a super thanks.
That's right, man.
And don't forget to get the Tao of Badass Guitar.
She said it way better than I could. Okay, so we're going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.